everybody, yeah, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tina. Hi. Yeah, today I am going to show you how to do plastic canvas. Yes, it's very easy. Yes, I've been saying I was going to do this video now probably for a couple months, and now I'm finally getting around to it. This thing here, this sign you see right here, this is made of plastic canvas. My friend Holly made that for me for Christmas, and yes, it is now hung up on my wall. I had asked her to make me one that said Tina's Kitchen, and I am waiting. She's actually made it, and she just hasn't delivered it to me yet, and when I get it, that will take that place. But now let's get into the tutorial on how to use plastic canvas and how to make things out of it. Now, first of all, the plastic canvas sheets come in like this. They come in bigger ones. They come in different sizes. I am just using this as an example because this one I actually had out. This is actually the, you can get them in different colors as well. As you can see, this is like a hot pink color. The project we are using, the plastic canvas we're using for this project is clear, as I showed you here now. And this here is actually cut out from a large sheet like that was. Now I'm going to show you a few of the patterns that are inside this magazine, which is what I'm working from. Just to give you an idea of some of the things you can make with plastic canvas. So you can make little, this thing is, okay. Yeah, these here you can, it's like a little pocket with like a little leprechaun or whatever he's called. I can't, what are they called? Leprechauns? Yeah, and you can like, for St. Patrick's Day mainly. This is what we are making. It is just, I wanted to choose something that was quick and easy for this video. And this is what I decided to make. And we will go more into detail about that. Here's a little, like, a little birdhouse jewelry box that you can make. And they got like little unicorn designs you can do. And like things you can hang up on your wall. Like this here is just a, you know, a simple one where you can just hang on your wall. This is more intricate. Yeah, and these here, these are coasters that you can make, and I actually made some coasters, and I'm going to insert a picture of the two sets of coasters that I did make, you know. Movie magic. Here's another wall hanging. You know, it looks like a fence door thing. And of course, you can make picture frames. Hiccups and burping at the same time. Excuse me. And then of course, you know, you can make ornaments. But yeah, that's just an idea of some of the different stuff you can make, tissue box covers and that kind of stuff. Barbie doll furniture, you know, they have a whole bunch of different designs you can make. So we're going to get back to this little fence thingy. And what it is mainly is 3 pieces of, you know, the plastic canvas, and you have to, they give you a pattern. And so you just follow the pattern and cut it out. And so the first thing you're going to check on your thing is you're going to make sure you're using 7 mesh plastic canvas, which is what this is. And then you look at the pattern itself, and down here, 45 by 39 holes. And pretty much what that means is you have to count the holes, you know, 40 holes, 45 holes, and then 39 holes. And then you cut that out. So for me, to make it easier, I cut out a little gauge to use, you know, 10, and then I'll just line it up and use like a pen to mark it, and then go over, mark it until I get to 45, and then I cut it out, and that's what we have here. So I'm going to bring it down and show you how we do the drawing the pattern on the plastic canvas so we can cut it out. So I'm going to bring you on down. Yep, and here's the plastic canvas. Now I usually just use a pen. But you can also use like a marker and just like wash it off, or use an eraser to erase it off. But I just use a pen, and I have marked here. It says 7 and 6. That means it's 7 down from the very top. It's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, my mistake. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 after I do these 2 lines. So we have 2 down, so 2 holes down. We go over 1, we go down a hole, we go over 1, we go down another hole, and now we're going to count down 7. So we're down 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4 nines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're over 3. And then we're going to count down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're just going to mark that and check it real quick to make sure I have it right. Because we don't want to start cutting and find out, oops, I made a mistake. And this pen ain't working for me. I need to find a different one. Let's try this one. Because this one's more like a highlighter. It writes darker. Like that. So we'll try this one instead. So we know we're over 3. And we're down 3. So what we're going to do is just going to kind of make a line of the first 2 holes. We're going to go over and make that line. And you might not be able to see it very well in the camera. I will bring it up closer to the camera so you can see it. So we're going down 2 holes, over 1, down 1, doing over another. And then we go down 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to make sure this is right. Okay, and then we're going to go over 3. And we're going to go up 6. Over 1. Up 2. And you just continue the pattern as it's written in the book. And then you'll know if you did it right when you get to the end and everything is lined up the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to finish this. I'll probably just speed up the camera. And then we're done. We're done marking it. I'm going to bring it up. Hopefully you can see the outline that I made. And you can see it better with the white behind it. So I have my scissors here, and then we're just going to carefully, I say carefully, cut out the pattern. Because if you mess up cutting out the pattern, then you got to start all over again. Okay, now we got it all cut out. And we're just going to throw away all these little scraps to get a clean work area. Now this marker should wipe right off. So I'm just going to take a tissue and just wipe it off. And if you use like a permanent marker, you would have to use an eraser or wash it off. That's why I tried just using a pen. But if it was like a really intricate pattern, I would use a permanent marker. Just so I could see it. Because like I said, if you make a mistake, then you have to go back in. You would have to go and recut the whole thing out and start over again, and that would be a waste of canvas. So that's why I always, when I'm doing something really intricate, I use a permanent marker, black permanent marker, so I can see it. So then now that we got this part done, now we're going to have to start doing the stitching here. And it's pretty much like cross stitching. So you just, I got my yarn here. I got the white and I have the green. So we're going to start with white. And what you will need is I use one of my empty pill bottles to store my needle so I don't lose it. This is a plastic canvas needle, and as you can see, they're pretty big. And you're just going to get some white yarn. And just, try to thread it. There we go. I had some pink on my thinners I got on the yarn. I'll have to cut that off. Okay. So we got the yarn, and we're going to get a whole bunch, because we're having a whole bunch of white that we're going to have to do. So I'm starting off with a pretty big strand of white. And then you're going to just follow the pattern here on your thing. And usually the way I start it is I leave a little bit and I just hold it up. And you gotta make sure you go the direction the stitches are showing. And then I just, kind of like, lock it in place. Let me bring you up a little bit so you can see what I was doing. And it's, of course, using a big thing of yarn is gonna knot up on you once in a while. So you've got to carefully pull it out of the knot without tying it into a real knot. But of course, you can use smaller pieces of thread, but then you'd have to, put more thread on the needle more often. And I try avoiding that because it's a pain in the butt. So, as I said, you just follow the pattern. And it bunched up on me again. Yep, got another knot. And I'm going to continue all the way up here. And then as you can see in the pattern, it has, I'll bring it up so you can see it better. As you can see in the pattern, it goes, you go all the way to the top, and then it kind of like goes down. And I'll show you how I do that when I get to that point. Well, as you can see, I finished the first row. So in the pattern, you'll see that now it goes to a small little section here, and then the second row starts. And what I do for that, instead of like cutting it off and then starting some new, I just take it through the back. I take it to the back down to where the new the new section starts. And the new section, it has it going, the stitches going the opposite direction. So you started going this way, the rest of the stitches are going this way. So you gotta make sure that you change the direction of your stitches. And I'm gonna bring it down just one more. And then we start here on the second line, and it says to start here and go up that way, the opposite direction. And then we're going to do that little section in the middle. There's not many to do. It's just 3 and then 2 of the little ones. And that finishes that little part. And so now we're going to move on to this next one right here. And the next one, you're going to just put the needle in right here. And you just continue following the pattern. Now this one has, you're going to want to go up as many as it's telling you to go up. So it's from that hole all the way to the top. And you can't see nothing. See, it goes from this hole all the way to the top there. So that's what we'll do. So it goes from that hole all the way to the top. And we'll follow the pattern up to the top of this one.
trying to grab the needle.
And now we finished that one, and so we're going to turn it over again and just bring the needle down through them. Oops, let's throw it across the room. And then we'll continue down. So I'm going to continue down until we get to this part right here, because I didn't get that part because I just went straight up the thing and then jumped over here and did that one, and then now I'm working my way down. So when I get to the point to where I have to sew in this little section here, I will show you how I do that. So I will be right back. As you can see, I finished the white, and so now we need to insert that little white part here. So all we're going to just do is just count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the little white hook there goes in on the 6th hole. So we're going to just turn this around again like we did before and just pull it up a little bit. And then we're just going to count up 6 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're at the 6th hole. And then we're just going to do the little section here in the middle. So let's do that real quick. And it's just 3 and 2 little ones. Now I'm just going to double check my work and make sure I got it right. I got a jelly bean hair in there. Okay, so now we're just going to jump right across from here over to there. And so what I do is I just put my thing right in here. And then I go down. So now that you have it already done on this side, you can just eye it. And I go down. And then I'm going to start on the next line here. Now I'm going to start on this next line. So I'm just going to put it right there. And go over ever many you need to go over. So you go over 5. And then I'll work my way down. Yeah, hi everybody. I had to take a small break because my nephew had to get ready for work and my son came downstairs and wanted to get something to eat. So we're going to jump right back into what we were doing. We were working on the plastic canvas, and I did start, this 3rd row and hopefully I'll be able to include that in this video, and hopefully Ryan wasn't in the camera, so we'll just have to wait and see when I get to editing if I'm able to include how I did that. I'm sure I will, so I'm not going to undo it just to be able to re-record it, but I'm going to pan you back down again so we can continue on. Okay, now you can see we're on the third row now, and I'm just working my way down. And as you can see, we're running out of yarn. So we're going to use as much of this yarn as I can before I have to replace it. And this is when I start dragging it off to the edge of it, trying to be careful not to pull it off the needle. So we got to there, and we're just going to drag it all the way through it to bring it back up to the top, and then work our way up to the top again. And like I said, I'm just going to continue with this yarn, probably for a couple more stitches. One more stitch. And then we're just going to take it and lock it. And then cut it off. And of course I got a garbage bag by my feet. And then we're going to get another piece of yarn. And we're going to get a whole bunch of white. And we'll just bring it right back up through it. Yep, we got a little knot. We just got to work that out. Sippy, sippy. Okay, now we got the yarn locked in. And we will continue on with our white. In those first few stitches, you want to be careful not to yank the part you had, the back part that you locked in. You want to be careful not to pull it out. So you want to be gentle about how tight you make it. I'll bring you up a little bit. And I'm just going to continue all the way up until it's time to do this little thing right here. Okay, now it's time to do this little section, like right here, we have right here. And we're going to do the same thing right here. And now that I have that one side already done, it's easy to judge where the next one's going to go by eye instead of having to look at the pattern. And so we're just going to do that middle piece real quick. So we move to the middle and we fill that in real quick. And there, I got the center part done, so we're just going to flip her over, bring it through again, down the back, and then we'll pick up where we left off on the big column that we were doing. And you're pretty much following the same pattern here, because it's the same thing. And we'll go all the way to the top, like we did on this one. Okay, and we finished the third column. And so we're just going to go to the back. Bring the yard through like we did on this one. Stitch the little thingy in the middle. And then again, we'll just go through here. And then do the top of this one. And then bring it down in the back. And then we're going to continue working our way down and pretty much doing the exact same thing all the way over until we finish all the white. So I'm going to finish the white and then I will be back to show you how we do the rest of it. So I'll be right back. Yeah, hi. Yeah, we are back to working on the plastic canvas. And yes, it is getting dark out, so we're going to start having some shadows. Yes, we are. Now I'm going to show you where I'm at. Let me find the one I'm working on, because I have 3 of them here. And I started, okay, here we are. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and filled in the green, because I figured you guys would know how to do that. But I did leave one open just in case. So let me figure out what I did. there it is, my needle. Just to show you how to do the green, how to add the green. And it's really simple, and I'm sure you guys already know, but it doesn't hurt to show you guys anyways. The hardest part of this whole doing plastic canvas is threading the needle. So let's see if I can get it on the first try. And I might need to put my glasses on because of how dark it is in here. I don't know if it looks lighter on the camera than it actually is in here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put my glasses on after I wipe them off on my shirt. There we go. Okay, and you're just gonna pull some out. However long you want to make it is up to you, because the longer it is, the less times you'll have to thread that needle. But also it might be easier with the shorter pieces, so you're not having to, do that with it, to pull it through as you're doing it. So mainly all we're going to do, I'm going to bring it down because it'll be easier that way. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I's doing. And on my table and stains, you can see my ashtray. Let me push that back. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just go down this way, because we just need to lock it in place. We need to lock in the thread. And see, I just locked it in. And those first few stitches, you need to be careful not to pull it out as you're doing it. And we're just going to go to the back and pull it up through that one that we stitched. And then we'll work our way up until we're finished with the green. Now as you see here, I started up here. I started the green and I went down and I just pulled it through, and then went up, pulled it through, went down, pulled it through, so on and so forth, until I had this one strip left, and then that's where I stopped. So we're going to go ahead and fill up this area, and then we will come back. And I'm going to turn it up this way, because it'll be easier for me to do it like this. Because I'm sure you know how to do it now. And we'll just finish filling up the green. And we're going to go up through here to get it to the next part. And I just followed the pattern on this here to, figure out, okay, I need to put a baby one right here. But of course, you can follow the pattern in the book, however you want to do it. So I'll be back, or I'll speed it up, one of the two. Okay, let's bring it on down again. Now what I had meant to do, which I wasn't thinking when I'd started this, is I had meant to start at the top and work my way down here, so that when I got down here I could just pull the thread over here and start the whip stitching. But now that I started it at the bottom and went up, I'm going to have to do that differently. So we're just going to lock this in place. Cut it off. Itch my nose. Getting all caught up on things. So it doesn't really matter which side you start from. I'm going to start from this side. We're going to have to lock our thread in place again. And of course, oopsie, that could happen if you're too quick to pull it out. So let's go a little slower this time. Okay, now whip stitching it is going to be, you'll find this is the worst part of the whole thing when it comes to doing plastic canvas. You will hate this part. And all you're pretty much doing is filling in all the holes to cover the plastic. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go through the bottom, through all the holes. And we're just going to fill in the, cover the plastic up with the yarn. So let's just continue on with that. Give myself a little extra thread. Itching my nose again. Helps if you can see what I was doing. If I can keep a hold of the needle, I'll be fine. Now the last one, if I have room, I'll do it twice, because then you gotta lock it. I'm gonna unwind this a little bit. And so we lock it in place carefully. Well, make sure it stays at the bottom. You don't want it on the sides. There. And there, we got the first part of this one done. So the next part we're going to have to do, which I will not be able to finish today because I just got a notification that my battery is almost full, or my battery is almost empty, so I'm not going to have time to finish this particular, finish it. So we'll have to come back tomorrow, and also we'll have more light, and I'm getting reflection from the ceiling light on my glasses, so we'll just take those off. But yeah, we will come back to this tomorrow and hopefully finish it. And we're going to have to whip stitch this part up here with white, and then we will connect, and I'll go ahead and show you guys. This is what it looks like once you whip stitch the top, and I will show you how to do that in tomorrow, well, not tomorrow's video, but when I film tomorrow. And we'll finish off these 3 pieces and finally be able to put them together, and so you'll be able to see exactly what well, you saw what we're making because you saw the picture. But yeah, you'll see what it looks like. We'll be able to finish it, and I plan on gluing some flowers on it. So yeah, we'll finish it up tomorrow. So I'll be back. Hi. Hello, yeah, we're back. I got my phone charged up. It's actually a different day, as you can probably tell, because I'm wearing different clothes. But I want to try to see if we can get some more of this done. I have to give my son soon, so, you know, I brought the camera down too soon. But I have to give my son soon, so I'm hoping I can get some of this done. Maybe even all of it. I don't know. We'll see. So right now we're having to whip stitch all of this right here to cover up that plastic. And I mean, it's easy. It's just, you know, mundane. Is that the word I'm looking for? Monotonous. Something like that. It's one of those words. I'm just trying to bring the yarn down a little bit more. And we're just going to go right up into that top hole. Move the other ones out of the way for now. So we're just going to want to come right back through that hole again. Maybe I'll bring you down a little bit. You can see my dirty table. So we want that stitch to go over the top. Then we're going to go through the hole again. The starting of it is the hardest part. You gotta also be careful not to rip the hole. Okay, now we can start going through the other holes. I think that's good enough. And you're just pretty much just grabbing it, grabbing the yarn and wrapping it around it, just like we did on the bottom. And you go up. And over. Try to cover it up as best you can, because we don't want that plastic showing. This one I might go 3. And you want to make sure you get enough yarn, because you don't want to get halfway through it and then run out. Now when it comes to whip stitching, because you'll be able to tell where you had to, stop and start over again. You will be able to tell. And you can expect this to happen often, where it gets all tangled up. You just gotta take your time and undo it. And then if you got a corner here that's like covered up with yarn, you're going to want to move the yarn out of the way, because you don't want to grab the yarn. And put it in front of it. Like I did right here. I moved the yarn out of the way and then pulled it up in front of it. And then again, we got the yarn here, so I just kind of just move it out of the way so I could squeeze that needle in there. And my son's going to be getting off work soon, so I'm going to have to go get him. And it is very, very cold outside. I am not looking forward to it. No, I am not. I'm going to freeze my buttocks off. So now we got another corner, so you're going to kind of like take it around that way. Put it through the hole again. Make sure it stays down, and then pull it over the top. And then you're going to go through the middle one there as well. Because like I said, you want all that plastic covered up. And you're going to have to pull the camera up a little bit. You'll find while you're doing this, your yarn's going to get all tangled up. And so you're pretty much just going to have to let the needle dangle down as you let it, you know, twirl out, pretty much. Twirl out of its all winded up state. So let's continue on. And another one, you're going to have to go through the same one a few times on top. And you're gonna have to go slowly on this part. Because one, there's holes, they're small holes. And you don't want to break them. I'm gonna pull this yarn up a little bit. Because I'm using such a long piece, so I kind of like pulled it down so it wouldn't be so long. And as you see, I went this side of the hole, then over the top of the hole, and now I'm going to go around this side of the hole. So you're pretty much going around it 3 times, and then on the third one, and then we're going to go down to the one underneath it. And this is another double because it has 2 sides to it. So you're going to go over the top of it. Then you go back in the same hole. Make sure it stays on the top. And then bring it around the side of it. If only one side is showing, then you only have to do it once. But if you have 2 sides showing, you got to do it twice. And if you have 3 sides showing, then you got to do it 3 times. Because you need every single part of it covered up. I've been kind of doing it backwards. We're going to turn it around. I'm just going to go through here this way instead. So I have it turned around. It doesn't really matter. It's just my preference on how I do it. And I have about 45 minutes before I have to get my son. So I might be able to finish the whip stitching, but I might have to wait until after he gets home to do the actual putting together of this project. Plus, I'm also planning on gluing flowers to it, because in the picture I showed you, it showed it had flowers on it. You know, of course, you can make it without the flowers, but I have tons of artificial flowers, so why not?
Through the years, it's not been all good. We're misunderstanding and anger, but I should tackle it all and come out ahead, leaving bitterness behind. Can I win? many times can I make the same mistake? But it's alright, 'cause I've endured, yeah. Made it through the years, I treaded light, 'cause when all else fails, I just dust it off, I'll make it there. Forgiving doesn't mean you have to forget. So many wasted moments are often filled with regret. 'Cause memories can blind, they can twist, they can turn, bringing the past back too hard to relive, just to rehearse. And there've been rough roads along the way. How many times can I make the same mistake? But it's alright, 'cause I've endured, yeah. Made it through the years, I treaded light, 'cause when all else fails, I just dust it off, I'll make it there. There've been rough roads along the way. And how many times can I make the same mistake? And it's alright, 'cause I've endured, yeah. Made it through the years, I treaded light, 'cause when all else fails, I just dust it off, I made it there. Ooh, yeah, I made it there.
But yeah, I am going to finish whip stitching the top to this, and then I will be back. And you'll have to let me know down in the comments if you would have preferred if I had just continued on and shown it all and just sped up the camera. So yeah, you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you would prefer I'd done for that. Anyways, and so when I get back, we'll be ready to attach the sides and stuff. And as you can see, I didn't do any of the sides. I didn't touch, even with the top, I didn't touch the sides, because that's where we're going to attach all the fences together. So I'll be back once I finish whip stitching the fence posts. So bye. Yeah, hi, yeah, we're back. I'm back from getting my son. I'm back from freezing my butt off. It is cold out there. And my son bought his Taco Bell for dinner, so I didn't have to make dinner, so kudos to that. Now, as you can see, I did finish the whip stitching on all of them. I did the one that I was showing you, and then I did the other two off camera. We got fuzzies on it and stuff. And as you also can see, I connected two of them already off camera. So I'm going to show you how to connect the third one on camera, because it's pretty much the same thing. And it's pretty easy, so let's jump into that. I'll bring you down, moving things out of my way. Oh, got my ashtray on film. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got some flowers for putting on the fence once I finish doing the stitching. And I got my hot glue gun sitting here ready to go. Sippy, sippy. Oh, flower got away from me, and I got some more of these just in case. Okay. Now, as you all can see, I already got the thread needled, or the You can see that I already got my needle threaded. And then we're just going to go ahead and start the stitch. So we're just going to bring it on up through what we already have stitched here. I'm just going to bring it through here first. Got to lock the thread in. And then we're just going to bring it on through this top stitch as well, because we need to start it at that very top point. And this is the same thread or yarn that I was using to do this one over here. This one over here, I don't remember which one. So as you can see, it's already starting to unravel. And I had thought about, I was like, well, maybe I should get a different one. I was like, nah, I'll make it work. So now that we're having, it's pretty much the whip stitching as we were doing. But now, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see if I can find them. Well, first thing we're going to do is pull it through the top hole on this side, so we can at least get it started. And then we're just going to line them up together, because we want those holes to line up. And we're going to have to bring it through that top one again to tighten it. Carefully, because that is only one hole and it's got a whole bunch of stitches going through it. And we don't want that one to break. So we're going to have to be careful. And there, we got her started. So now we're going to just go through and do the whip stitching as we normally would do. And you just got to make sure you go through both holes as we connect the pieces together. And then once you get that top part started, it's quite easy to finish it.
position to do it in. And I'm finding this way here is the most comfortable for me.
And we're almost to the bottom. A couple more stitches. So now we're going to like open it up. And we're going to pull it through the bottom one on this side. Make sure you get it in the hole. As you can see, I'm pulling it into the stitch, or to the hole, and bringing it back into the inside of the fence. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to grip, line it, pull it through the threads on the inside. And I'll show you in a moment. As you can see, I pulled it through the stitches right here to lock it off. Hopefully you could see it. And then I'm just going to cut off the thread, cut off the yarn. And then we're done putting the little fence together. I'm going to take the needle off the thread. I'll throw that over there for now. Put the needle back in my pill bottle so I don't lose it. Okay, now we got our little fence made. And of course you can just leave it like this if you want to and say good enough. Or you can go to the next step, which is adding some embellishments to it. And that's what I have here. I have a whole bunch of little flowers and a alcohol swab. So I got a whole bunch of different little flowers here that I cut off off camera. Different kinds. I got like these ones. I don't want that on there. Yeah, I got like these ones. And I got these ones. And I got like these. And I got those. And some white ones, some purple ones. And then I just got like the little flowers just by themselves. So now I'm just going to figure out how I want the flowers on there before I apply the hot glue to it. Because once you put that hot glue on there, it's going to dry. So I'm patting you down as I start working on some flowers. Now, as you know, I can't like lay it out flat like this. I mean, I can, it's just I got to be careful not to bend this one. So I'm just going to like hold it down a little bit. And I was thinking like putting like that, and I think that looks pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there. Quickly. And I'll put some little pink flowers towards the bottom. Kind of to cover up the hot glue. So I'm going to take this flower and just do like that with it. Yeah, Yeah, I think that'll be pretty too. It's like this one fell off. I thought it fell off this here, but I can't get it back on it. So maybe it didn't fall off it. No, I don't think that's where it fell off at. But I'm thinking I'm going to glue the flower on top of that anyways. Because I don't like that green bud. So I'm just going to cut off the back of this. There. And I'll just put some glue down again. And kind of just affix it to it carefully without burning myself. And I'm just going to kind of carefully glue this to that green thing. And that's what we did with that side. So let's move over to the next side. This side, I think I'm just going to put some random flowers on it. I'm going to cut off these stems. I got some glue on my thinner. There. So I'm just going to cut off these stems as close as I can cut them anyways. There we go. And I'm just going to just put a dollop of glue and put the flower right there. Just like that. I'll put a pink one up here. I'm not exactly sure what that thing is on there, but that is the front. Ow, touched hot glue. I touched the hot glue. And I'm going to leave that one just simple like that. And then we're going to very carefully do this side. And I thought on this one I would put some of these flowers. Nah. They don't look too half bad. Maybe just that. I think that's what I'll do. Just put these two flowers right in the middle of the fence, right next to each other. I'm going to put a line of glue on there and attach this flower. And then right next to it, put that thing down. We will attach this flower. And then maybe some little flowers at the bottom to cover that glue up a little bit. And there. And we got that side. Things are sticking to it. So we got that side of the fence. Maybe I'll like glue these up a little bit more so they're not drooping down so much. Or maybe I'll just leave it as it is. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to keep it just like that. So that's that side of the fence. And this side's just a couple flowers. And then, oops, I already showed you that one. It's this one here. And then this one, it's just some random flowers on the side. Yeah, so we got the flowers on it. See? Isn't it pretty? And what you do with this is, well, I don't have one here in front of me to demonstrate, but you take like a plant holder, you know, like a plant pot, you know, like one of those ceramic ones. I'll use a soda can as an example. So you like, you know, say you have your flower pot. We'll use some fake flowers. I'll just do that. And you put it in here like that to decorate it. But yeah, that was my tutorial on how to make a very simple, very cute little fence. And you could like put a bottom on it, which would not be difficult at all. You would just have to cut out enough plastic canvas that would be big enough to, you know, whip stitch it like we did the sides. And instead of whip stitching the bottom like I did, you would just whip stitch the bottom to it, and then you would have a little basket to put whatever you want inside it. So yeah, it's my little fence. I think it turned out darling. I believe this side here, that's my favorite side. Yes, I do. I think that's my favorite. But yeah, we finally finished. I think I started this like a month ago, so yeah, I'm proud that we finished it. But don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And here you'll see my picture, so click on it. Click on it if you haven't subscribed yet, because I got it itch my ear. Because I post new videos almost every day. Jazz hands. Until next time. Bye.